Welcome to the beginning of the next bubble. Hello and welcome to the weekly crypto review. So let's just get straight to it. That's the easiest way we can do it. First, we'll look at what we've got here, various cryptos. Bitcoin over the last 7 days up 3%. Not bad at all. In fact, it's come back down. It's been as high as about 12,000. It's interesting. I'm watching my portfolio lose value over the last couple of days, and I'm starting to. I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm familiar with what the markets do, and even I'm having issues going, oh, wait, I'm losing thousands of dollars. I can imagine what somebody who hasn't been doing this very long is thinking with their, as they're watching this, because it got up to a peak and all of a sudden it's starting to drop off a little bit by a little bit, and people will panic. It's okay. I promise. It's okay. We're only at the very beginning. All right, so Bitcoin up 3%. Ethereum up just over 8%. I'm not doing anything with Ethereum because their gas prices are way too high. XRP up 3%. Tether, don't care. Chainlink, 18.4, almost 18.5% in the last week. That is incredible. That's what I expected to see from Chainlink. Well, and we're only at the beginning. It also, over the last couple of days, has been cooling off a bit. Although it says over the last 24 hours is up a third of a percent. So it's apparently coming back up. But it has been as high as $19, almost $20 in the last week. That has been fantastic to see. Litecoin up 16%. That's interesting. I've got a little bit of Litecoin, just a couple of coins, but I'm happy to see that. Let's see here. Go down to Cardano. Cardano over the last 7 days is down just over 0.5%. This is something I expected to see. We're going to take a look at Cardano. EOS up 13%, not bad. And Stellar up almost 3%, and we'll leave it at there. That's not bad. So we're seeing an overall, and if we look at this, we're seeing an overall uptrend. Mostly green, a little bit of red, but mostly green. That's a good thing. We're working our way through the beginning of this bull market. And while the bull market actually started really last year, there was that whole consolidation section. Now that we're through that and we're into the beginning of the slow work up into the bubble, people are going to start paying more and more attention. So, Bitcoin, we're up here, and I'm really happy to see this because last week we got up and we closed above 11.5. This yellow line here is where I put this second line. We've got this descending line, the wedge that we went through several weeks ago. We've got the blue line here, which was at 10.5, and the yellow line at 11.5. Those were the three places of resistance that we've seen at this level since the last bull run in 2017. So now that we've got a candle that's closed above this 11.5, and you'll see this week, if we go in there, we look at it really close, you can see that we have dropped down. The shadow right there has dropped down to about the 11.5 area, has found support, and has bounced back up. I'm looking forward to seeing where this candle closes. We're going to probably consolidate a bit. That's okay. Our next point of resistance is up here at this purple line at about 13.5. And again, all I'm doing is looking at, let's pull this down just a bit so I can pull it in. All I'm doing is I'm looking back at 2017. Where did we find resistance or support? Well, that's right there. Once we get through the 13.5, our next point of support is either going to be up here at 15,000 or higher at around 16.2, so around 16,000. Again, I don't expect to see highs up here at 20,000 until the end of the year, beginning of next year. But it's good to see that we're getting to that point where each of these points of resistance, because they're going to be resistance until we get through them. Once we get through them, they become support. Again, at this point, because of what I'm looking at and the way the markets usually work, I don't ever expect to see a four-figure Bitcoin ever again. I don't see, expect it, unless something really, really drastic happens, I don't expect to see a Bitcoin under $10,000 ever again. And for me, that's a good thing because I've got plenty of Bitcoin. I'm looking forward to it going up. All right, so let's take a look at the next one, which is Cardano. This is the one I wanted to look at and show you. Let's pull this up, make it a little bigger so we can see. So currently, you'll notice we're running along this line of resistance here at 14 cents, just under 15 cents. All right, so why is that being such a huge resistance? Well, I'm looking here at Binance because I've got enough history on it. If you look here, over here to this side, you'll notice that back here in 2018, March of 2018, it was support, and then here in July of 2018, it became resistance. So we're riding this line right here, over here, 2 years later, and it's becoming resistance. So we've got 2 years worth of resistance to overcome. I have no doubt that we're going to. Once we do, our next point of resistance is going to be up here at 17.5 cents. And I get that from basically looking at this area up here. Okay, now, actually, let's pull this down just a bit. I think we're going to be right about there. That should be about right. And so, yeah, right here at 17 cents is where our next point of resistance is going to be. And if we come in here closer, you'll notice that this candle, we're looking at the weekly chart. So this candle 4 weeks ago, it went up to that 17-cent mark and then bounced back down. So we've already set that as resistance. Again, I fully expect that we're going to go between 14 and 17 cents for a little bit. I don't know how long, but absolutely, I see this as a trend for a while. We're going to consolidate here. A couple of things are going to happen because we just introduced Shelly. Actually, I'm really surprised that Cardano didn't fall more than it has, because I expected that once Shelly was introduced, that it was going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news event, and that really didn't materialize. Part of that may have been because of the fact that due to Shelly, the exchanges were not able to work properly. They had to implement the Shelly upgrade before they could allow anyone to exchange. So that may have kept people in Cardano, in ADA, longer than they might have otherwise. And seeing that it didn't fall, they probably decided to stay, because people tend to, once an asset doesn't do what you expect it to do, you start looking at it and you sit back and you wait and you go, let's wait and see what it does. And I think that's what happened here. Again, we're gonna accumulate here for a little while. I don't know how long. And then we'll go up here to 17 cents. At some point, we'll rise above that. This 14 cents will become support. 17 cents will become resistance. Or we may break through it and work our way up even higher. The next point of resistance I see is up here at 22 cents a coin. And again, all I'm doing is looking back at where did we see resistance or support back here at the beginning of the chart, as far back as I can get. And this is from Binance, so it should have a pretty good history as far as how far back it goes. It goes back pretty much to the beginning, to the point where you could start buying Cardano. So, yeah, I'm using that to determine where we're at and where we're going. Once we get past 36 cents, this is right up here. At that point, well, now we start looking at 63 cents. And you can see right here, this is the line of resistance right here. There's another one up here at 72 cents, a lot less. There's one here at 80 cents. And then we get to the all-time highs up here at 98. Once we get past 98, the only thing we've got left after that is the all-time high here at $1.39. And it's going to be resistance by default. So, okay, fine. So at this point, it looks like Cardano has some resistance to break through. I'm seeing all the resistance points. I can map them out, each and every one. Once we get through each one and we get higher and higher, I will add the other ones to the chart, and we'll watch together as ADA breaks up through the resistance. The resistance becomes support, and we watch it gain value. Once it gets above that $1.33, it's in blue sky territory. There's no more resistance. I don't expect that until next year at least, because again, most of the bubble most of the bull run is going to be through next year, 2021. I expect it to run pretty much the entire year and finish up somewhere around the end of 2021. Well, if we're at 14 cents now with Cardano and we're at 11.8 with Bitcoin, imagine where we're going to be in a year and, 4 or 5 months? The sky truly is the limit. So, until next time, remember, verify, don't trust.